Hello students, let us study today Kohlrausch law of independent migration of ions under electrochemistry. Now experimental results shows that for strong electrolytes like NaX, Kx, where X is halogen, means sodium halide, potassium halide, a peculiar result is found that the limiting molar conductivity of say KCl minus limiting molar conductivity of NaCl at a particular temperature becomes equals to the difference of limiting molar conductivity of KBr and that of NABr. So you find that here the halide ion is common, here also the halide ion is common. So the difference is found at a particular value 23.4, experimentally it is found 23.4 Siemens centimeter square per mole. Likewise here you find NABr minus NaCl, limiting molar conductivity of NaBr minus NaCl. Here the common factor is sodium, becomes equals to the lambda 0 m of KBr minus that of KCl. So here also the common ion is potassium. So we can find from this relation, here the value is 1.8 Siemens centimeter square per mole, which is almost a fixed value. So here what is common you find, here we can say that since Cl is common, the difference is basically the limiting molar conductivity of contributing potassium and sodium ion, and here also potassium and sodium ion, their limiting molar conductivity is different, and here sodium is common, so the difference is that of limiting molar conductivity of Br and Cl. Here Br and Cl, potassium is common, so therefrom it was identified, or it is defined as the limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of the individual contributions of the cation and anion of the electrolyte. For example, here you find if I write an electrolyte AXBY, it is ionized in this form: X number of A Y plus ion plus Y number of B X minus ion is formed. Therefrom, we can write the limiting molar conductivity of AXBY for this electrolyte. It will be the limiting molar conductivity of the cation multiplied with its number of ions formed is X, plus limiting molar conductivity of the contributing Bx minus ions multiplied with its number of ions is Y. So according to the definition, this is the example. Now if we take the salt calcium chloride, limiting molar conductivity for calcium chloride, it will be sum of the limiting molar conductivity of calcium 2 plus ion plus 2 into limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus ion, as because when CaCl2 is ionized, one Ca2 plus ion and two Cl minus ions are formed, and from the given lambda 0 values, if we put those values of calcium and chloride, then we can get a value here. For this calcium chloride, the limiting molar conductivity can be calculated. Now this concept of Kohlrausch law can be used to calculate the limiting molar conductivity for an weak electrolyte. So you find that, say we want to calculate the limiting molar conductivity of acetic acid, which is an weak acid. For that, acetic acid is ionized as acetate ion plus H plus ion. So we can write the limiting molar conductivity of acetic acid is equals to sum of the contributions of the ions as the limiting molar conductivity of the contributing ions. But since at infinite dilution their concentration is such that it is very difficult to calculate, therefore we can have an alternate method. Suppose with this limiting molar conductivity of acetate, we can add that of sodium plus ion. So we are getting the limiting molar conductivity of sodium acetate. Limiting molar conductivity of sodium acetate. Now with this H plus ion, limiting molar conductivity of H plus ion, if we add that of Cl minus ion, so we are getting the HCl, means limiting molar conductivity of HCl. Now you find that Na plus has been added extra and Cl minus is added extra. So we can subtract. So I have taken common Na plus and Cl minus ion. Their summation is subtracted from the whole value. So here we are getting the limiting molar conductivity of NaCl. Now again, if we know these individual values from the given values, we can calculate that of the limiting molar conductivities of these strong electrolytes. Putting these values, we can get the limiting molar conductivity of this weak electrolyte, acetic acid. Now since for an weak acid or weak electrolyte, weak dilution, the ionization becomes more number of ions are formed in the solution in the per unit volume. So conductivity increases as the dilution increases, that means concentration decreases, limiting molar conductivity increases. So at infinite dilution, we can consider that for an weak electrolyte, the maximum ionization has been taken place. Therefore, for a weak acid or weak electrolyte, we can have the degree of dissociation explained as the ratio of the lambdas m at a particular concentration divided by the limiting value. That means this ratio gives us the degree of ionization or dissociation for the weak electrolyte. So for weak acid, we can calculate the alpha value. And from class 11 knowledge, we know that this alpha is related with the ionization constant of the acid, which is Ka equals to C alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha, where alpha is the degree of ionization and C is the concentration, given concentration for the weak acid. In this way, for a weak acid, this Kohlrausch law can be used to calculate the limiting molar conductivity and therefrom the degree of dissociation and therefrom the ionization constant. Thank you.